Hello and welcome to another expert opinion piece with our CEO Jason Harborough, where today we discuss the impact of Ronaldo's transfer to Saudi Arabia and Al Nassr. The impact of this transfer has had a huge impact on the local Saudi sport and the international scene of football, as in just over a couple of months, Ronaldo has taken Al Nassr from 963,000 Instagram followers to now well over 12 million followers. So the impact of Ronaldo is untouched, and his brand that he brings to Saudi Arabian sport is huge. Jason, what are your opinions on this Ronaldo transfer, and how do you think Saudi Arabia can really use it in their domestic and international market?
Well, in the Global 13 office, we've been calling this the Ronaldo Effect. This is an athlete, a footballer who's had unprecedented impact on the game for many, many years now. Himself and Messi have completely changed the way that a footballer has gone from just being an athlete into popular culture. David Beckham probably being the only other one that's come out of football. So Ronaldo himself has achieved everything there is to achieve. He comes to a crossroads in his career. He has a couple of opportunities. Does he go and play for a team in Europe that might not compete at the top level? Or does he go and do what Beckham did with LA and do something a bit different and play for a club that is by no means one of the superpowers of football, but has the potential to become a global name? And that's the choice he's made. He's made a choice, I think, based on two things. Probably on investment into him and a brand and the popularity that will come from that in the Middle East part of the world. But also, in relation to football, he's probably thinking what a positive impact he can have on the club. And already we're seeing that, not necessarily on the field, that will take some time. But if we look at the commercial value of the football club itself, we're seeing this massive increase in social platforms, huge, with it a value. We're seeing people talking about Saudi Arabia football in a way that they never have before, in positive ways as well. So it's not just what we hear a lot of negativity about the investment in sport from the Middle East. On this occasion, people have been speaking very positively about it. We've seen in recent weeks that the country has now been nominated and will host the AFC football. We know that they are bidding for other major football events as well. This is all part of that. The Ronaldo effect is just one part of the cog that will bring major football tournaments and major football celebrities to Saudi Arabia. And to increase the talent and increase the interest in the game, getting young boys and young girls playing football in Saudi Arabia, what could be better than having Ronaldo playing there? So I think in the main, it's quite positive for Saudi Arabia.
I think as well, we look at it from a UK perspective as well. I've never seen so much kind of Saudi football mentioned on Sky Sports, BBC Sports, and that's all because of the brand and the value and the pull that Ronaldo has. So it'll be really interesting to see how this space plays out. So we've talked there about the impact of Ronaldo, but the great thing is the positive impact that it's having on Saudi Arabian sport and the people talking about it in a more positive way than ever. Jason, what are your thoughts on this?
Look, Saudi Arabia's done an amazing job on its sports agenda in the last 4 or 5 years. We've been part of that journey and we're loving every minute of it. So we are very privileged to be involved with many, many projects. But if we use football as an example, what I've seen in the 5 years I've been working in Saudi Arabia, that the Football Federation itself has become very professional. They've just recently recruited the guy who ran Man City to be the Premier League leader in Saudi Arabia, so they're professionalising that as well. They've got good investments in the clubs, they're bringing in star players. But most importantly is, let's look at the national team. The investment in the national team has been good. They've competed in the competitions that they play in at a very, very good level. They beat Argentina in the World Cup, let's not forget this, who went on to be the champions. We've got a women's team that's just been formed that are beginning to win games. We've won the AFC bid. We've got other bids that are taking place and the speculation that other tournaments will be bid for. But most importantly, when you're in Riyadh and you're driving around, there's big pictures of big football stars. Ronaldo, Messi, Mo Salah, who's a legend in Saudi Arabia. There's girls and boys kicking football around in the street like you see in other countries around the world. Football is on the up in Saudi Arabia. Ronaldo is the rocket fuel for it. It means it gets an international profile and it means it becomes relevant outside Saudi Arabia itself. So I would congratulate what has been done by the Ministry of Sport and all those involved in football in Saudi Arabia, and we're really excited to be on that journey with our friends and colleagues over there, and we just look forward to seeing football develop and Saudi Arabia being a leading nation in the world, both for participation and in elite competitions.